Now, last year, Olivia Attwood's hit show Getting Filthy Rich investigated how people sell sex for money, from subscription sites like OnlyFans to women who date older men in exchange for gifts for cash.
And Olivia's back for a second series. So before we speak to her, let's have a quick peek at what's in store.
Why do men that pay for female company, apart from you now, not want to talk about it?
Because the way the media portrays it as like a dark thing where you have this big, ugly, fat guy that's a banker. He just doesn't look like he's going to take care of her, and that's the image that people have of this kind of world. And I'm here to let you know that, listen, there's extraordinarily good-looking men like myself that...
And humble.
I'm actually very humble. But, that just actually have a different approach to this. I won't call it a game, but to this movement, to this lifestyle, yeah.
How would it work then? Do you give them cash?
So I wouldn't tell you how much I would give you.
Okay.
But, I'll do something like this. Here's an easy £5 grand. That's for you. For your troubles.
For your troubles. OK, Olivia joins us now. Good morning. It's really lovely to see you, as always. The first series was huge. I mean, it was really successful, so obviously they were going to bring you back. Why this subject? Why do you think we all have a bit of a fascination with this subject?
I think it's a subject that has been explored a lot, but not in the way we did it. And I think, obviously I was here about a year ago chatting about Series 1, and, we were apprehensive of how it was going to be received, and the fact that people loved it the way they did and they got so obsessed with it was surprising, but obviously was a joy to us because we were proud of what we'd made. But it's looking at quite a serious subject in a balanced way, but with a bit of humour and not with that. Sometimes I think these subjects can come with a bit of, they can have condescending air to it.
Judgy.
A bit judgy. And it's not that, but it's also, giving a balanced view of this world, because it's not all, money and fun and games. There's a serious side to this stuff as well.
That's why that clip is such a good example, because it is just a conversation. You're not judging him.
Yeah.
But how did you get people like him to speak so openly and publicly?
Do you know what? It was harder to get the guys to talk to us always, through Series 1 and through this second series. It was a lot easier to talk to the girls who are actually providing the services than actually the customers. So that guy, their kid, he luckily was very different to the average. He was very confident, unapologetic. And look, when people watch this whole episode and they watch my whole interview with him, it's definitely a split opinion, which I think is a good thing, but also had to give a bit of respect for him being so open about it, As long as it's two consenting adults, that's kind of on them, and he's very unashamed of his lifestyle.
There's a lot of money to be made. I think that was sort of my take-home from the first series. I was like, wow.
Yes. I mean, even going into the second series, it still shocked me. And it shocked me, you'll see in, I think, probably in the Girlfriend Experience episode.
Yeah, what is that? Because I would have thought Girlfriend Experience sounds like something relatively normal. That's what people have, boyfriend and girlfriend. This is very different to that.
It is, and it evolves in, different kind of formats. You have, people that provide the service, physically, one-on-one. Some of the girls making the most money don't even meet up with these guys. It's on the phones. They're, texting 24 hours a day as if it's, they're your girlfriend.
So it's an emotional
good morning,
thing.
how was work? And the money they're making doing it is, it's emotional. It's kind of intimacy that people crave, I guess, but over online.
God,
it's quite an intimidating space for a female to kind of go into, isn't it? How did you deal with all that?
I think the way I deal with most things... And
Have you met Olivia?
I'm learning.
She ain't a shrinking violet.
Just with a very open mind. And I think being someone that was always very interested in this area, I'm always interested in subjects around money and the way people are earning money. And I don't come from that background, I don't have any experience in that world myself, so it's a completely balanced view. I come in open, do you know what I mean? Open mind to all areas.
I mean, you say you had no experience of it, but you are quite immersive in this world. I mean, the last series, you got yourself an OnlyFans site and you were answering the phone. This time, you've gone one step further, I think. What are you doing this time?
I'm immersive all the way through the series, but I think the episode that I delve the deepest in is the strippers episode. And I actually go to work at a club for the night, and the woman that runs the club, she treats me like all the other girls. She gets me in the change room, checks my hair, my makeup, how I look, sends me out onto the floor.
Were you not terrified?
Terrified. And I actually think, coming from a modelling background, I've done a bit of bikini pageants, all that stuff, I was thinking, OK, it'll be all right. But actually, it's so intimidating. Being in that setup with men looking at you and the whole thing is like, you know, you being sexy. And I was like, I was really scared. I so nearly backed out.
Did it change the way your opinion of the women who do that, who have that as their career?
100%, because I think one of the questions I always come back to as a backbone of these films is this an easy way to make money? Because that's the thing you hear people say, oh, it's a get out, you know, it's an easy way. And I think when you put yourself right in their shoes for a night, you're like, I couldn't do this night in, night out.
And how do you feel? Because that clip there showed the guy handing over the $5,000 like it was carefree, and the chances are, you know, she's going to have someone managing her. They'll take a load of that. She might be, you know, you just don't know the circumstances, and often they're very, very tragic.
Yeah.
I guess in a strip club, it's a very different scene. What's your take on the men that were in the room that night and the men you've met over the course of the series?
The strip club industry as a whole is quite an interesting one. There's a lot I learned, obviously, making this film, as you'll see. And there is a lot of money exchanging hands. And like you said, the girls, when they go to the club, they have to pay a house fee often. They might have to give percentages of what they earn. So sometimes girls can leave clubs, like, minus, which to me is a big problem. And I speak to a lot of dancers about that, and it's a big concern. But then because of sort of feminist actions or people or councils that are against strip clubs, they don't have anywhere they can go to be like, hey, we're not being treated correctly or paid fairly, because no one's willing to stick up for them. So I think films like this are really important to discuss that in a
highlight it.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's fair to say there are a lot of women who work in this industry that, you know, are very empowered by it
100%.
and that, you know, this is absolutely a career choice and it's what's right for them. Something else you said in this one was, and we all know how important it is to be aware of what our children are looking at online, but particularly with TikTok, you were saying that actually what children can access on there is quite shocking.
So we did this episode all about TikTok, and we were looking at how basically sex workers use TikTok as their primary promotion platform and marketing of themselves. Obviously, as you'll see in the episode, they have to, you know, be very careful to create content that can slip between all the sort of guidelines. But I think it was a highlight, and it'll be a highlight to parents who watch the show, that, you know, I think TikTok is sometimes advertised as like a kids platform. It's really not. Like, there's a lot of adult content on there, and I think it's down to the platform and then, you know, parents to look at what their kids are looking at, because it is in there, you know, and I think the algorithm will throw up different things depending on what you're searching for. But there is adult content there if you want to find it.
That's the problem. You can monitor where they start. You can't monitor where they finish up.
It's really, really tricky.
Can we finish up on a lovely, happy note?
Yes.
You got married in June.
Congratulations.
Bradley, congratulations. How was it all?
It's very fun. It was very full on.
Look at you.
And we did film that all for another series that's coming out in August.
And the stag and hen do.
And we filmed everything for Olivia Marries Her Match, which will be on screens in August. So.
Well, listen, it's good to see you so happy. Congratulations on this. Series 2 of Getting Filthy Rich is exclusively on ITVX. Thank you.
Thanks,
Good luck
guys.
with it. Thanks so much.